Hello, welcome back. Today we are going to be looking at FLIR Tools and how to create a general report. So we're assuming that we have imported all of the photos from our camera that we would like to have in our folder structure here on the left-hand side. As you'll notice, we do have a few images in here that we can choose from. So I'm just going to choose an image at random. So we'll look at this image here, and all I've done, click back out of that, is double click on the image. That's a double left click, and I have been in here kind of toying around with this. So we will delete those, and I'll tell you how to do that in a minute. What we can do, I'm going to hit auto here, and then also want to make sure that this is in focus. Those are some things. There are three things that we can't change in this software. That's the focus, the temperature range at which we took that image at, and the distance at which we took that image from. So we can do a little check here with our Thermal MSX to make sure everything lines up. I like to use the camera in the same function on the camera with MSX to use the focus on the camera to line up here. Actually, I'll probably end up doing a video on that too. But anyhow, so whenever we are in here, we can simply left click, add spot measurement. So we can click in there. You can add as many of these spots there as you want. We can also add a box measure tool. So you simply left click and hold it down and drag it across. We'll do that on a few of these. And depending on the shape of your target, you can use the ellipse tool. So we're just left clicking and dragging that across. And then holding in the left click on the mouse, we can then move this as well. I don't want these, so I will left click and delete. So left click and press delete on your computer, or on your keyboard rather. And personally, I'm not a huge fan of the spot tools, and I'll show you why. Now here it's not so bad with having a high resolution camera like the T540 here, being with the Ultramax we're ending up at 928 by 696 as far as the pixel count goes. So we're pretty dialed in. And again, with the box tool we're isolating a single pixel rather than that cluster of pixels. And as you would move further away from your target, it would make more sense to use that box tool to isolate the pixel. Now, as you'll notice, I can't get this back into focus, so what I'll do is click here and then reset zoom. There. All right. Now, if we want to compare box 1 versus box 2, which is likely what you'll end up doing, is a lot of comparative analysis, you can add the delta function here in the left-hand ribbon. You click that. And over on the right-hand side, you'll notice that we have reference temperature versus spot 1. So we want to change that to box 1 and box 2, both of those being max. And now you can see the delta between those two boxes is 2.1 Fahrenheit. As I move this around, you'll notice that delta will change. We can also change the color palette in here. So on occasion you'll want to, maybe you'll want to see, where it really dissipates to. And that's where we can get into changing our level and span. So you can kind of trace where that hottest conductor is and where your issues may lie. Now you can use a slider bar. We can also use, we can manually put the temperatures in. So if we want to see everything between 90 and 130 degrees, we can simply type those in our level and span here. And yeah. Click out of that. Just keep it in the thermal. It gets a little bit busy with the MSX on in the report. You are welcome to keep that on if you will, to mark any identifiable markers and things like that. So again, we've added the spot tool, we've added a box tool, we have adjusted our level and span, we have used our delta function, so now we are ready to create our report. So we will come down here in the bottom right, hit save and close. All of those changes that have happened have now taken effect. So we will click on that image, we will click on generate report, and now you'll notice that your thermal and your digital are in one report. In this report, it's a basic report. I know my program up here says FLIR Tools Plus, and I can use enhanced reports that we've created. For the purposes of this video, in a basic format, I'm just going to use what is given to us on the FLIR Tools program, because that's what a lot of you guys are using, and that's what I'm getting the most questions on. So while we're in here, we can add a couple of features. We can add a text box. I found this to be useful for a lot of the folks that use the camera. They like to put notes in here. They also like to put instruction for work order, things like that. Also in here we have a function where we can put an arrow to draw more attention to certain regions more so than others. And I noticed too, we can come back out of this a bit, the way you can draw that line the whole way through. It really likes to zoom in on it and makes it difficult to draw those lines. Now let's say that you don't want, in your instructions you say, let's say yellow line, this is what I want you to look at. So you just simply click the line, and then we can change the color over here. Okay. Then in the header, I have seen guys use, because you don't really need to put the date and time. You can put location if you don't have your GPS coordinates on there. You can also put your own logo, so you just browse for your logo, and then you can go that route. All right. Once we have everything taken care of here, and in another video, I will show you how to do some more in the advanced FLIR Tools Plus program. So if you want to hear more about that, feel free to drop me a line and ask any questions that you might have. I'd love to review those in the next video if this didn't cover everything that you wanted to see. But again, once we have everything taken care of here, we have the logo, we have everything in our header, we have all of our measurements on the left-hand side, we have our text box, we've also drawn attention to what we are taking images of. Now we can export, save, or print straight from here. I like to export to a PDF, put that in the demo folder. We'll put report demo, and then 4/18/19, which will be today's date. We will save, and now that will create that PDF file with all of our information on there. And from here, it's just like any other PDF. You can share it, you can email it, you can do whatever you would like. Hope you found this video interesting. I hope you found it helpful more than interesting. And if you have any more questions, feel free to reach out, drop a comment below, or email me directly. Have a great day, guys.